Welcome to my bold and beautiful Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Has Brooke doomed Carter by encouraging false hope about her daughter's true feelings? Bold and beautiful reveal: Brooke Logan gives Carter Walton false hope about reconciling with Hope, unaware her daughter is recommitting to Liam, who's facing a terminal diagnosis. Carter's heartbreak pushes him toward consoling Daphne Rose. Brooke's terrible advice sends Carter straight into Daphne's arms. The mother-daughter communication breakdown at the heart of B&B's latest love triangle is about to reach catastrophic levels. Just as Brooke Logan has been pushing Carter Walton not to give up on her daughter, Hope Logan finds herself recommitting to a terminally ill Liam Spencer, and the emotional aftermath will send shockwaves through multiple relationships. Brooke plays with fire, unaware of the deadly stakes. While Brooke has been playing cheerleader for Carter's love life, she's completely in the dark about what's really happening with her daughter. Thursday's episode reveals the devastating disconnect as Brooke continues encouraging Carter to fight for Hope, utterly oblivious to the fact that Liam's inoperable brain tumor has changed everything. "Hope loves you," Brooke has been insisting to Carter, certain that her daughter will eventually come around. Talk about misreading the room. Brooke believes this is just another bump in the road, completely unaware that Hope is tearfully recommitting herself to standing by Liam in what could be his final days. The cruel twist? Carter is about to overhear Hope's heartfelt commitment to Liam, crushing any hope that Brooke's encouragement might have sparked. While Mama Logan thinks she's helping, she's actually setting Carter up for the most devastating heartbreak imaginable. Taylor shocked by double bombshell. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Taylor Hayes walks into an emotional powder keg when she learns not one but two shocking revelations. Liam Spencer is dying from an inoperable brain tumor, and Steffi Forrester has gone against his wishes by telling Hope the devastating news. Taylor will support her daughter's decision, understanding why Steffi felt compelled to tell Hope about Liam's condition. After all, Hope is Beth's mother, and she deserves to know what's happening with Liam. The psychiatrist knows better than anyone how secrets and lies can destroy families. She's lived through enough of them herself. But while Taylor and Finn stand firmly behind Steffi's choice, Liam himself might not be so understanding. He specifically asked Steffi to keep his terminal diagnosis private. Was his request selfless, or was there another reason he didn't want Hope to know? The answer might be revealed when Hope and Liam have their emotional heart-to-heart. Daphne seizes her moment. The real winner in this emotional train wreck? Daphne Rose. The opportunistic beauty has been circling Carter like a shark smelling blood, and Thursday's episode gives her the perfect opening. When Carter overhears Hope's commitment to stand by Liam during his health crisis, he'll be absolutely devastated, and Daphne will be right there, ready to pick up the pieces of his shattered heart. This is a sign. Daphne will tell a heartbroken Carter, urging him to see that it's time to move on. She's been planting these seeds for weeks, and now they're finally ready to bloom into something more. Will Carter finally give in to Daphne's temptation? With his heart in pieces and Hope seemingly committed to Liam, what reason does he have to resist Liam's selfless request or manipulative move? The most intriguing aspect of all this drama? Liam himself isn't acting like a man who wants Hope by his side during his final days. Despite Hope's tearful commitment to him, Liam will actually encourage her to follow her heart back to Carter. Is this selfless nobility from a dying man? Or could there be something more suspicious at play? Liam has a history of waffling between women, but this time he seems genuinely determined to push Hope toward Carter despite her resistance. Could Liam be setting up the ultimate guilt trip? If Hope follows his advice and returns to Carter, only to have Liam's condition worsen, imagine the crushing guilt she'd feel. Or is Liam truly being selfless, wanting Hope to find happiness before he's gone? The tragic miscommunication that changes everything. This entire heartbreaking situation hinges on tragic timing and misunderstandings. While Brooke continues to push Carter not to give up, Hope is recommitting to Liam, and Carter is falling into Daphne's waiting arms. By the time Hope processes Liam's encouragement to return to Carter, it might be too late. If Carter gives in to Daphne's comfort in his moment of despair, Hope could find herself truly alone, abandoned by Carter, and eventually by Liam as his condition worsens. And what about Brooke? Once she realizes her misguided advice sent Carter straight into another woman's arms, will she try to fix things? Or will she finally learn to stop meddling in her daughter's complicated love life? One thing certain, Thursday's episode is a critical turning point that will forever alter the romantic landscape in Los Angeles. Don't miss a single tear-jerking moment. Hope panics as Liam's symptoms worsen. The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that Hope Logan panicked as Liam Spencer's symptoms worsened, and Steffi Forrester spilled to Taylor Hayes about what Liam was up against. At the Cliff House, Taylor sensed something was wrong when she interrupted an emotional conversation between Steffi and John Finnegan. After Taylor got updates on Luna Nozawa's unwelcome visit, Steffi also shared the whole ugly Liam story off-screen. Taylor found out Steffi told Hope the truth, and was heartbroken for Liam's daughters along with all his other loved ones. While Taylor offered Steffi support, Daphne Rose talked to Carter Walton about needing to find a new place and pushed him to protect himself from more Hope-related pain. In the design office, Daphne trashed Hope over her history with men and acted like Carter would only end up getting hurt again. Although Daphne hinted about Hope going back to Liam, Carter was determined to have his own future with Hope and stomped off. At Brooke Logan's place on Thursday's B&B episode, Hope wasn't ready to give up on finding a treatment. Although Liam was touched over Hope's fight for his survival, he remained skeptical. Liam eventually faced a sudden sharp pain behind his eye and struggled to stay upright. It led to Liam admitting his dizziness, and pains like this one were becoming more frequent. Hope freaked out and wanted to take Liam to the hospital, but he insisted it wouldn't do any good and was sorry for scaring her. After Liam recovered on the sofa, he got Hope to take a walk down memory lane with him. There was a flashback of sweet Hope and Liam moments as they tried to focus on the happy times. When Carter arrived, he opened the door and realized Liam was there with Hope, so he stepped back to listen. Liam encouraged Hope to go after her future with Carter, but Hope made it clear that wasn't what she wanted. Hope pushed for a future with Liam instead and said they'd be together, so Carter was left reeling as he eavesdropped out front. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Carter will run back to Daphne with the news of his romantic disaster soon, so stay tuned for all the drama ahead. In the emotionally explosive Bold and the Beautiful episode that's sending ripples through Los Angeles' tight-knit web of love, heartbreak, and misunderstandings, the romantic landscape undergoes a seismic shift fueled by misguided encouragement, emotional misfires, and the painful echo of unspoken truths. At the heart of this unraveling saga is Brooke Logan, who, armed with good intentions but tragically misguided assumptions, finds herself dealing with the aftermath of giving Carter Walton false hope about a future with her daughter, Hope Logan. Unaware that Hope is in the process of emotionally recommitting to Liam Spencer, whose inoperable brain tumor has thrown her world into emotional chaos, Brooke inadvertently becomes the match that lights the fuse on a powder keg of shattered dreams and redirected passions. Carter, vulnerable and grasping for emotional footing, becomes collateral damage in Brooke's well-meaning meddling, and the emotional dominoes that fall in the aftermath sweep through the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer families like a storm. As Hope clings to Liam amid worsening symptoms and devastating medical news, and as Carter reels from overhearing Hope's impassioned pledge to stand by her terminally ill ex-husband, the pieces of his heart fall directly into the hands of the ever-watchful Daphne Rose, who has been waiting in the wings like a hawk circling its prey. The heartbreak Carter suffers becomes the very moment Daphne seizes as her golden opportunity, manipulating Carter's shattered expectations into something she can mold into a new beginning. And yet, beneath Daphne's opportunism lies the lingering question of sincerity. Does she truly care for Carter? Or is this simply an escape route from her own complicated past? Brooke, still in the dark, continues to stoke Carter's failing hope by reassuring him that her daughter still harbors feelings for him, not realizing that her words are laying the foundation for an emotional betrayal that will only deepen Carter's pain. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes becomes a silent witness to the cascading tragedies as she learns of Liam's terminal diagnosis and Steffi's breach of confidentiality in revealing it to Hope, forcing the psychiatrist to weigh the ethics of love, grief, and maternal protection. Steffi's decision to tell Hope about Liam's illness, though rooted in empathy and maternal solidarity, sets off a chain reaction that leads to Hope's tearful rededication to Liam, just as Carter stands on the brink of believing he still has a chance. Liam, for his part, complicates the situation further by giving Hope his blessing to be with Carter, in a move that could be interpreted as either heartbreakingly noble or manipulatively selfless, depending on how one reads the subtext. Is Liam preparing Hope for life after his death? Or is he pushing her away out of fear of being a burden? perhaps even unconsciously testing her loyalty in his final days? Carter's arrival at Brooke's house during Hope and Liam's walk down memory lane proves to be the fatal blow to any lingering hope he held. The scene, laden with flashbacks and emotional confessions, is a gut punch for Carter, who overhears Hope's clear declaration that she wants a future with Liam, not Carter. In that single moment, everything Carter believed, every word of encouragement Brooke offered, and every fleeting fantasy of rekindled love is obliterated, and Carter, broken and blindsided, turns to the only person who seems willing to listen and understand, Daphne. In the design office, Daphne's words take on new resonance. Her earlier criticism of Hope, dismissed by Carter as bitterness or jealousy, now echo with painful truth as he reevaluates his emotional investments. Daphne, ever the opportunist, wraps herself in the comforting cloak of understanding, offering Carter not only sympathy but a path forward. A chance to heal, to be desired, to feel chosen. Her words, "This is a sign," now resonate as both prophecy and persuasion, coaxing Carter into seeing what she's seen all along. That Hope will always chase a dream that excludes him, while Daphne is standing right in front of him, ready to embrace a future he didn't dare consider before. The shifting tides leave Brooke at the epicenter of an emotional earthquake she never saw coming. Once she discovers that Hope has made her choice and that Carter is now emotionally entwined with Daphne, the guilt of her meddling could weigh heavily on her. Will Brooke take accountability for nudging Carter into the arms of another woman based on outdated assumptions and her own idealized visions of love? Or will she continue the Logan tradition of denial, convinced that her intentions absolve her from the fallout of her actions? Meanwhile, Hope faces the dual burden of emotionally supporting a dying man while questioning the long-term implications of her renewed commitment. If Liam passes away, will she regret not choosing Carter, the man who was willing to wait? Or will she find peace in having been by Liam's side through his darkest days, even as that choice leaves her with an uncertain future? The emotional turmoil reaches a fever pitch as Liam experiences another wave of worsening symptoms. Sharp pain behind his eye, dizziness, and the brutal realization that the end may be approaching faster than anyone is ready for. Hope's panic and desperation to seek medical intervention are met with Liam's resignation, his subtle but firm reminder that there is no miracle cure. The vulnerability of the moment only deepens Hope's resolve to stay by his side, solidifying the decision Carter never had a chance to influence. It's a tragic intersection of love and timing. Just as Carter might have turned Hope's head had Liam's condition remained hidden, the weight of a terminal diagnosis becomes a tether pulling Hope back to the man she once thought she could leave behind. The cruel irony is that had Brooke known about Liam's diagnosis, she likely never would have encouraged Carter to hold out hope. Instead, she may have advised patience, empathy, or even silence. That blind spot is what makes Brooke's role in this tragedy so heartbreaking. Her actions were well-meaning but catastrophically uninformed. For Carter, the pain is raw and immediate. Daphne, acting as both confidant and seductress, offers the comfort Hope never could: certainty. There are no ghosts of the past in Daphne's arms, only the promise of a future that begins by embracing heartbreak and ending with healing. Whether their connection is genuine or simply born from mutual loneliness, Carter finds himself crossing an emotional threshold he can never walk back from. As for Taylor, her role as a mother and psychiatrist puts her in a unique position to witness and advise, but even she is powerless to stop the avalanche that has been set in motion. Watching Steffi wrestle with the emotional consequences of breaking Liam's confidence, while also watching Hope and Carter stumble through their parallel heartbreaks, Taylor may finally understand that no amount of wisdom or experience can protect her loved ones from the cruel whims of fate. In a town where secrets are currency and timing is everything, this week's storyline proves that even the best intentions can become the worst mistakes. Brooke's fatal misjudgment, Carter's heartbreak, Hope's recommitment, Liam's decline, and Daphne's well-timed maneuvering converge to form a perfect storm of emotional devastation. The stage is now set for new alliances, new rivalries, and fresh heartbreaks as each character is forced to reckon with choices made, paths not taken, and the haunting reality that love, no matter how deeply felt, doesn't always conquer all. And so, as Thursday's episode fades to black with Carter running into Daphne's arms, Hope clinging to Liam through tears, and Brooke completely unaware of the chaos she's helped unleash, one truth becomes painfully clear. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, timing isn't just everything. It's the difference between destiny and disaster. And for Carter, Hope, and Brooke, that lesson is only just beginning to unfold. Liam is guiding Hope through a sort of memory meditation, his life hack, as he calls it. He walks her through flashbacks of laughter, of bike rides and birthdays, of those golden frozen-in-time images of family happiness. He leans on these when he's afraid, and he urges her to do the same. Hope agrees, tears streaming, her eyes fixed on this man who, despite everything, is still trying to comfort her. Unbeknownst to them, Carter is approaching the door, which is inexplicably left ajar, as is often the case in Los Angeles soapland. He hears Liam telling Hope that she must move on, that she has a future, and that it could be with Carter. For a fleeting moment, Carter smiles. The validation, the possibility, the hope. It sparks in him like a sunrise. But just as quickly it's extinguished. Because Hope, crumbling, whispers that she still wants her future with Liam. She wants to spend every possible moment with him. Carter's smile fades into confusion, then sorrow. From his vantage point, it looks like a rejection. But Carter tragically doesn't know the full context. Doesn't know Liam is dying. All he hears is Hope choosing Liam. Later at the office, Daphne once again hammers at Carter's emotional defenses. He tries to be composed, but he's rattled. Her words earlier about Hope inevitably returning to Liam now feel prophetic. He's torn between his faith in Hope and the evidence he thinks he's just heard. Daphne watches him carefully, sensing the rift widening. Back at the Cliff House, Taylor and Steffi discuss the weight of knowing. The ache of carrying Liam's truth without the ability to ease it. Finn explains the grim nature of the tumor. There are no guarantees, no miracle cure just around the corner. They talk about the importance of family, about keeping the children shielded from the full truth for now. Taylor agrees to keep the secret, though she questions whether silence is the best approach. Steffi, conflicted, confesses again that she told Hope. And Taylor, perhaps more compassionate than anyone else in the room, tells her she did the right thing. The episode winds into an even heavier silence as Liam, back on Brooke's couch, winces in agony and collapses to the floor clutching his head. Hope cries out and rushes to his side. He tries to brush it off, asking only for water, desperate to stay out of a hospital bed. He wants to feel normal, to be surrounded by love instead of machines. He talks about how she and Beth and their love are better medicine than any drug. As Hope listens helpless, her eyes widen with a mix of dread and devotion. She is not ready to lose him. Liam urges her again. Fix things with Carter, let him take care of you and Beth. But Hope, though she hears him, isn't ready. She's still in the process of mourning a man who hasn't died yet, and that liminal space is the cruelest prison of all. Meanwhile, Carter walks away from the house, the weight of what he believes to be rejection pressing on his chest. He doesn't know Liam is dying. He doesn't know Hope's words were born from grief, not choice. And Daphne, waiting in the shadows of the office, is poised to catch him in his most vulnerable moment. She may offer him comfort, but it's tainted by her own need, her own prediction of Hope's inevitable return to Liam. What Carter heard may be the catalyst that drives him straight into Daphne's arms, just as Hope realizes she must try to make peace with Liam's final wishes. And if or when Hope eventually seeks Carter out to explain, will she find a man already lost to someone else? Not because she didn't choose him, but because he misunderstood a moment born of death? The episode becomes a crescendo of emotion, miscommunication, and tragic irony, with Liam's ticking clock echoing beneath every line of dialogue. Every character, whether they are aware of it or not, is caught in the web of a love that is falling apart and may yet reappear in unexpected ways. As Liam's pressure mounts and his health continues to decline, the people who love him are pulled in different directions. Hope is torn between honoring his wishes and holding on. Carter is caught between the remnants of a future he wants and the confusion of what he heard. And Steffi and Taylor are struggling with what it means to keep such a devastating secret. The story is building toward a crescendo of heartbreak, and as we move forward, one truth becomes unshakable. Liam Spencer may be dying, but his legacy, and the choices he forces others to make, are very much alive.